What is up, guys? And this is my review of the Lego Movie 2. Now, if you guys know, which you probably don't because I've never really talked about it, but the first Lego Movie is honestly a really good movie. Like, a lot of people were like, it's just a cash grab, but it's realistically actually a quality movie. Like, it's pretty good. Like, I would say it's better than the Minions, definitely. And those were cash grabs, but Lego Movie is how a cash grab is done right, and it was pretty funny. The first one was great. I really did like it, so I went into the second one thinking, like, maybe it'll have a semi-engaging story, maybe it'll be okay, it'll probably be good, but, since sequels normally aren't as good as the first one anyways, I went into it thinking, like, it'll probably have some funny jokes, but, that's about it. It honestly surprised me a little bit. It was actually really good. For example, it had a couple songs in there, and the songs were actually really good. Like Tiffany Haddish, I'm not going to spoil who her character is, but she sings a song in the movie, and it's really good. It's kind of funny, just like with how the lyrics are made, because they use mostly original songs, and her song was really funny, and Tiffany Haddish's character, just in total, was a good character. Like I really liked her character. It was funny, and it made sense. And in the end, when you see who she is at the end and stuff, it's pretty good. Like for the first bit of this review, I'm not going to be doing too much spoilers here, but I'll get into spoilers in a minute. I'm just going to talk about my original idea of how the movie was. It was hilarious. The first 15-20 minutes, I would say, are the funniest parts. Because you see, like, oh yeah, it's super funny, and there's this one joke that you guys probably, like, I wouldn't consider it a spoiler, but there's one joke where it's like they're running from something, and then Emmett makes something hilarious to run away on, and that's what he's running away on, and it's really funny because you see it, and he looks at like towards the screen at another character, and he's like, hello. He's doing that, and it's really funny. It's hilarious. It actually made me really crack up when I was in the theater. So, as well as that, it was honestly really funny. I just can say that. I would honestly say that as a comedy, it was really good. And towards the end, like, there's actually like some emotion in there too. I didn't think that it would be as deep as it got, but it did get pretty deep. It got as deep as like contemplating like how your actions change yourself, or how your situation changes your personality, how different situations and different connotations can actually change you as a person. And honestly, like that, like, it resonated with me a little bit in the sense of like that was deeper than I thought it would get, and it got there. It went there. That's how deep it got. So honestly, I thought it was really good. I hope that you guys go see it. If you haven't seen it already, then I wouldn't watch past this point. But if you have seen it already, let's talk about it for a minute. So, the whole thing of Rex being future Emmett is honestly genius. I didn't think that it would be, but it is. It doesn't sound as good as it is on paper. But when you really think about it, when you think about how deep it is, when you think about, like, the true essence of, like, what it means, of, like, your situation being who you are, it's really good. It's honestly really good. And the thing about Tiffany Haddish's character, Queen whatever I want to be, or what, I don't know her name, but of Queen whatever, being, like, who she is, and being the big heart thing that Emmett made from the very beginning, like, that makes perfect sense, It makes, like, wow, like, this shows that, like, it's a significant difference from what we'd had heard earlier, it doesn't sound as good as it's supposed to be on paper, but when it's actually, like, put into practice, it sounds great, and it is great. It's actually really good. It was better than I thought it would be, and just with it being just symbolizing how, like, a sibling rivalry, it makes sense, because, like, I have a lot of siblings, and we do have, like, our separate sibling rivalries, but, it's just, it makes me feel like this actually is real life. Like, I know exactly what they're talking about when they do this. I know exactly what they're trying to get, like, the message. I get the message, and it makes just too much sense for me. It really does. and the whole like sibling thing, like going into the real world. At first, it's confusing, but when you really like think about it, it turns into like not that confusing, if that makes any sense. It turns into a situation where you're like where you're deciphering like how you affect others, and how like your own personality, your own situation, your own what do you call it? Your own mindset can be portrayed through other characters in your own life, and have it be so that it sounds and looks and it matches perfectly, and it does. It really does. So honestly, just looking at this movie, it was a lot better than I thought it would be, and it was a funny comedy, but at the same time, it also gets really deep. So I feel like it's good for kids, but it's also good for parents too, you know? It's chock full of references. Like, there's one scene where they do reference all of the Batman characters. Like, they reference Adam West, Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer, George Clooney, Ben Affleck. They reference all of those guys, you know? They reference everyone who played Batman in the song, and it's really funny. But it was a lot better than I thought it would be. And I know I've said this like 3 times, but go see it. Just go and see it. It's a good comedy, but it's also a good story. So, taking this into account, out of 10, I would probably give this movie about a 7. Because it was funny for kids, but also for people who do appreciate good stories, it has that going for it as well. So, honestly, 7 out of 10. It was really good. It was good. Alright, now, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know what you guys thought of this movie. If you did see it, let me know what other movies I should review, whether new or old. If it's an old movie, then I'll look through it and, you know, watch it and review it myself. I hope you guys like this style of video. I like doing these videos. It's pretty funny when I do this because, you know, now that I got the new mic, hopefully it works out pretty well. And, yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you guys. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what your favorite animated movie is. How's that? My favorite animated movie is a Goofy movie, because that's just a childhood favorite of mine. But if I had to say based on quality, it would be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. But yeah, that's about it. You know, I might do like a big thing soon where I do like a big animated movie thing. I'm not really sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace, stay schminky, bye-bye.